Yeah. I think that was the lesson she always taught me. You have to be open-minded, you know? Not everything in life is material. And I think because there are so many ways to make money independently, and I mean, for example, writing your own book and like creating your own platform, I think there's less of a necessity for women to marry solely for money, when in the past and not that long ago, we couldn't even have our own credit cards, you know, without the permission of a man.
Yeah, but you also didn't incur any debt. That's why you couldn't have credit cards.
Exactly. This is what's so crazy. Females always talk about, we couldn't have bank accounts. We couldn't this. It's like, first of all, yes, you could. Bull crap. But about when you're talking, you didn't incur the debt because all the debt was always put on the man. So no matter what happened, the debt got pushed to the man. If you had debt, he was responsible for it. That's why. But females don't take that into account. They only take, what am I not getting? They don't take into account what they are getting, which is somebody else is responsible for your debts. Man, but they don't know history. They don't understand any of this. They're just like, well, I didn't get what I wanted to get, so I didn't get a chance to vote. Well, you didn't get a chance to vote like most men in history. But again, they don't talk about that because you were supposed to be, as they say, subject to military conscription, which you were not. That's why you didn't vote. But if you got a chance to vote, you're supposed to be subject to that. But they got a chance to vote without being it. So they're like, I'm good with that. I'm good with getting the stuff, but not having to take the responsibility on for having the access to that stuff.
Yeah, but we were owned property by men.
Yeah, you weren't owned property. That's ridiculous.
There's not a point in human history where women have been property of men.
No. That's not what I said. I said you weren't owned property in this country. Ever.
Right.
Me personally, no, but...
No, women. Women were not.
In the United States, women were never considered legal property of another person.
But if you're don't have body autonomy and you can't make your own income,
there it goes.
And you have to rely on being married in order to have any type of social standing.
Women could always make their own income in the United States.
See what she just did there? She's doing the whole society, and she's doing that, but she's also doing what? Language shifting. It went from, oh, we couldn't do this, to where, well, it kind of feels like that if we can't do that. We can't do A. Yeah, you could. Well, it kind of feels like we couldn't do A because we couldn't do B. And then if they say, well, B is bullcrap. Well, I mean, it's technically because of C. She keeps moving the field of battle to try to find a field of battle on which she can win. Just keep listening to her.
United States, where on earth did you get the idea that they couldn't?
Guys,
did you learn this in feminist?
See, she just did it again. See what she just did? She looked for the sisterhood to help her. Bruh, and then she looked around at everybody else like, y'all gonna help me? Y'all gonna jump in? No, boo-boo. You are the one that made the statement. You are the one who said this bull crap. So you are the one who has to stand on it.
Studies class 101.
Like white women, like we're not really accepted into the working class.
If you want to argue, I'm not saying there was no room for income and that there was no room for any type of sustainable life or women to, you know, create some type of wealth. Until really wartime, women weren't allowed in the workforce, and that was only because there were no men.
Where did you get the idea
where in the workforce were they not
allowed?
They
were still nurses, they were still teachers, right. They were still doing all sorts of jobs inside society. What do you mean?
They were limited to domestic role laws.
They were doing.
See what she just did? She said they weren't allowed in society. It's like, yeah, they were. And then she said, nurses, this. She's like, see, nurses, they were limited. Women. Your argument wasn't that they were limited. Your argument was not allowed. Not allowed is not the same as limited. Not getting ice cream is not the same as having a limited amount of ice cream. But what is she doing? I just said it. She's battlefield shifting. This is what modern females do. Modern females battle shift as far as the field on which the battle is being held. This is what these females do.
They were
doing. Hang on, just calm down, relax. They were doing clerical work. They were teaching. They were nursing. They're doing all the same jobs that they're basically doing right now.
Okay, well, there are plenty of women who are moving up in corporate worlds as well as moving up in different sections of
No, there's not very many women who are moving up the corporate ladder in corporate
compared
world.
to 50 years ago.
There's so few female CEOs.
See what she just did again? She did it again. It was, there are so, many moving up. And Andrew's like, no, they're not. And then she says, have the battlefield shift again. Let me change it from there are so many moving up to there are so many moving up compared to 50 years ago. Ma'am, that's not the same statement. That's not the same statement. That's like saying, I'm stronger than you. And then it says, well, no, you're not stronger than them. Well, I'm stronger than most people around you. Well, that's not saying you're stronger than him. Those are two different statements. She just keeps on moving the field of battle, trying to find a field of battle on which she can win, but she's getting slaughtered in this debate.
For a reason. They don't gravitate towards that kind of work.
Exactly.
Okay. You're right. I'm wrong. Women
yes, you are.
They are only meant to do domestic work.
See what she just did there? This is what they do. She found out that she didn't know about what the freak it is she was talking. So what does she do? She instantly goes to versions of the shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right by saying sarcastically, oh, okay, you're right. And then tries to shift the field of battle again to try to say he said something she didn't say. Oh, we're only good for domestic work. Wait a minute. Who said you were only good for domestic work? From where did that come? Nobody said that. But then she said that. You see that awkward smile that she has? Because she knows she doesn't know about what the freak it is she's talking, and she got exposed. Now she's looking around at the sisterhood. Look at their faces. They're looking like, her sister, you on your own.
I don't need no man.
I don't think that's what he's saying.
That's not what I said. That's a mischaracterization. I'm just explaining to you the reality. I don't understand why you're being so aggressive. I haven't been mean to you. I'm just explaining to you.
Yeah, go for it.
What the reality of the situation is.
Go ahead, and then Isabel will go. Go ahead.
What does this have to do with women not being able to own, have their own credit cards or open a bank account in their own name?
Because women...
First of all, that chick is the one that shifted the battlefield 3 or 4 times. So don't ask Andrew that. Ask her that. She's the one who did that. But of course, they're not going to hold each other accountable. So they're going to try to, of course, put it on males.
Not being able to have bank accounts and credit cards because they weren't allowed to incur debt. And this was great because right now the biggest holders of debt in the United States are women. It's crushing for most women. Before that, men had to incur all the debt. So the wife could go out and spend all of the money that she wanted in her husband's name, and he had to incur the debt even post-divorce. He still had to take care of the debt. She had none of it in her name. This was one of the primary arguments against feminism from the anti-suffragettes, is that they did not want to incur debt, and now women have racked up tons and tons of it.
I mean, so have men. It's crushing for men too. So I mean, I don't really think anyone should be forced to incur debt. So I'm not sure why.
First of all, do you see what she just did? Jesus, man. It's like it's built in them. Deflection of accountability. Deflection. He tells them something about females, which is answering the question that the female asked, which isn't even a question he should have had to answer because the other female is the one who moved the field of battle multiple times. And he answers her, and then she says, oh, shoot, it's making females look bad, so I got to do the 50-50 thing. Well, males too. Males also, because they cannot ever take responsibility. What did I tell you all? Say it with me. They can never be the culprits. They always have to be the victim. They can never be the villain. They always have to be the hero. They can never be the cause. They always have to be the person upon whom the effect of the cause was thrown. This is how they roll. Grab yourself some merch on the way out in order to support the channel. And, of course, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks, good man fam.